Keep your thoughts within your control when you feel a wave of anger approaching, for it is not very masculine to be enraged in such a way. Instead, gentleness and courtesy are more humane, and they will make you more of a man. A true man does not let anger and dissatisfaction consume him. He possesses strength, courage, and endurance, not outbursts and complaints about everything. The calmer a man's mind is, the stronger he becomes. Welcome to the Daily Stoic, a place that brings you inner peace, unlocking your hidden strength, and enhancing your self-worth every day. Have you ever felt an uncontrollable surge of rage rising within you, like a wildfire sweeping through your mind, burning away reason and clarity? A thoughtless remark from someone, an unexpected setback, an act of blatant injustice, each of these can push you to the brink, making your blood boil, your heart race, and your fists clench. In that moment, anger feels like an unstoppable force, a weapon, a way to assert power and dominance. You might believe that unleashing it makes you strong, that showing fury commands respect. But pause for a moment. Think back to times when you let anger take control. Did it truly make you feel stronger? Or did it leave behind exhaustion, regret, and unintended consequences? History and philosophy tell us that the most powerful individuals were not those who allowed themselves to be ruled by rage, but those who mastered it. The great Stoic emperor, Marcus Aurelius, who ruled Rome during one of its most turbulent eras, had a strikingly different perspective on anger and strength. Keep your thoughts within your control when you feel a wave of anger approaching, for it is not very masculine to be enraged in such a way. Instead, gentleness and courtesy are more humane, and they will make you more of a man. A true man does not let anger and dissatisfaction consume him. He possesses strength, courage, and endurance, not outbursts and complaints about everything. The calmer a man's mind is, the stronger he becomes. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations, 11.18.5b. This idea challenges a widely held belief that anger is a sign of power. But is it really? If anger makes us impulsive, reckless, and blind to reason, then isn't it, in fact, a weakness rather than a strength? True power lies not in how loud we can shout or how intimidating we appear in a moment of rage. It lies in the ability to maintain composure, to remain unmoved when others provoke us, and to act with wisdom rather than impulse. Before we begin, make sure that this valuable wisdom spreads to more people through your insight. Each time you hit the subscribe button, like, or comment, you contribute even more value to our community. Now, let's embark on this journey together. The greatest warriors, leaders, and thinkers throughout history understood this truth. They did not let anger dictate their actions, for they knew that a moment of rage could undo years of careful strategy. They knew that losing control meant handing over power to someone else, to an opponent, to an enemy, or even to their own destructive impulses. Think of your own life. Have you ever spoken words in anger that you later wished you could take back? Have you ever made a rash decision in a fit of rage that led to regret? If so, then you already understand the damage that uncontrolled anger can cause. Now, the real question is, can you learn to master it? Can you transform anger from a consuming fire into a controlled flame, one that warms and fuels your strength rather than destroying everything in its path? The answer lies ahead. Anger is a weapon used against you. Why do professional athletes often provoke each other on the field? Why do boxers say offensive things to their opponents when the referee isn't looking? Because of one simple reason: to distract and enrage their opponent. When their opponent gets angry, they lose focus and react emotionally rather than strategically. An enraged boxer falls into traps, a frustrated player makes mistakes, and an impulsive business person makes poor decisions. Joe Louis, the legendary boxer, was nicknamed the Ring Robot by opponents and fans alike. Not because he lacked emotion, but because he never showed it in the ring. No provocation could shake him. He didn't need to shout. He didn't need to display his anger to prove his strength. His cold, unshaken composure was far more terrifying than any aggressive glare or outburst. Does this sound familiar? In life? The people who provoke you, the ones who try to make you angry, don't do it because they want to see your strength, they do it because they want to see you lose control. If you lose control, they win. True strength is not about roaring like a lion, it's about standing firm in the storm without wavering. The traps of anger. If you are someone with a quick temper, you must realize that anger is not your ally, it is your enemy. It can destroy what you have spent years building, cause you to act irrationally, and hurt those around you. Consider the following situations. 1. You let anger decide for you. When someone hurts you, your first instinct is to retaliate. But if you respond immediately in anger, are you acting out of your own will, or are you being manipulated by someone else? 2. You fall into someone else's trap. In business, a competitor might provoke you to make you slip up. In a debate, someone might insult you to make you react emotionally. If you lose your composure, you lose. 3. You destroy relationships. Words spoken in anger can leave wounds that never heal. One moment of thoughtlessness can shatter an important relationship. One impulsive action can lead to a lifetime of regret. Marcus Aurelius didn't say you should suppress your emotions. He taught that you must control them. A person who cannot control their anger becomes a slave to it. How to control your anger. Anger is like a fire, it ignites instantly, spreads rapidly, and if left unchecked, can consume everything in its path. In the heat of the moment, our instincts push us to react immediately. A sharp insult? We retaliate. A perceived injustice? We lash out. A moment of frustration? We let our emotions dictate our words and actions. But what happens when the fire settles? More often than not, we are left with regret, broken relationships, and the realization that our immediate reaction only made things worse. Here is how Stoic sages and wise thinkers help us master our anger. 1. Pause before reacting, master your instincts. You know, anger is a natural human reaction. When insulted, falsely accused, or treated unfairly, your brain triggers the fight response, adrenaline floods your system, your heart beats faster, your body prepares for battle. But remember, you are not a wild animal. You are not living in a jungle where the strongest is the one who strikes the hardest. You are a human being with reason and self-discipline. So, when anger rises, pause. Not because you are weak, but because you are strong enough to control yourself. Try this simple but powerful technique. Take a deep breath. Oxygen calms your body and reduces immediate stress. Count from 1 to 10 in your head. If you're still angry, count to 20. Ask yourself, if I react now, what will the consequences be? Why is this important? Because 1 second of pause can break the automatic reaction and replace it with a deliberate response. You take back control. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest philosopher kings, emphasized this wisdom in Meditations. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When we pause, we reclaim control over our minds. We create a moment of space between stimulus and response, allowing logic to override impulse. Instead of reacting with rage, we give ourselves the opportunity to choose a better response, one guided by reason, wisdom, and long-term thinking. Pausing before reacting does not mean suppressing emotions or pretending anger does not exist. It means acknowledging the emotion, observing it, and deciding whether it deserves a reaction, or if it is simply a passing storm that will fade with time. 2. Recognize when you are being manipulated. Do you know why some people intentionally provoke you? Because they want to control you. They want you to lose your temper. They want you to say things you'll regret. And when you fall for their trap, they use it against you. Remember, if someone provokes you and you get angry, they win. If someone insults you and you lash out, they control you. If someone tries to break your composure but you remain calm, you are in control. The next time someone tries to provoke you, stay silent. Observe and smile. Do not give them the reaction they seek. Your composure is what they fear the most. 3. See the bigger picture. Have you ever been furious over something, only to realize a week, a month, or a year later that it didn't even matter? Try asking yourself, will this still matter to me in a year? If the answer is no, then why let it rob you of your peace right now? Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have the power to not have an opinion about something, and it will not disturb your mind. If you do not give it attention, you will maintain peace." So often, we suffer not because of what happens, but because of how we think about it. If you can learn to see beyond the present moment and view things from a broader perspective, you will realize that many things are simply not worth your anger. 4. Make calmness your strongest weapon. What do charismatic people, great leaders, and truly strong individuals have in common? They never lose their temper impulsively. When someone attacks them with words, they don't need to react aggressively. They simply look their opponent in the eye, stay composed, and remain unfazed. And that is what intimidates their opponent the most. Imagine, one person is yelling, shouting, completely out of control. Another stands there, completely calm, unaffected by any insult or attack. Who looks stronger? If you can learn to remain calm in any situation, you will possess a weapon stronger than any rage. 5. Change your perspective on anger. Think about this. You have the power to choose whether to be angry or not. You can decide not to react immediately. You can learn to control yourself. Anger is not an uncontrollable force. You can master it. And if you can master your anger, you can master your life. Start today. When you feel anger rising, pause, breathe, and think before reacting. When provoked, stay silent and observe, do not let them control you. When something upsets you, ask yourself if it will matter in the future. Remember that calmness is your greatest strength. If you can do these things, you will not only control your anger, you will control yourself. And when you can control yourself, you become the strongest person in any room you walk into. Strength is control, not outbursts. Marcus Aurelius said that the calmer a person's mind, the stronger they are. So, who do you want to be? Someone who is easily angered, easily provoked, easily manipulated? Or someone who has the ability to control themselves, remain unmoved by emotions, and always think clearly? The choice is yours. But remember this. Truly strong people never lose control. They don't need to shout. They don't need to show rage, because their composure is already the greatest display of power. Train yourself to cultivate calmness, because that is the ultimate strength. And if you agree that emotional control is the key to true power, start practicing today. I'd love to hear about your journey. If you don't know what to say, Just type "the power of composure" to show you made it to the end. Your engagement fuels our community, helping us grow in wisdom, understanding, and, above all, the ability to turn every challenge into an opportunity. Hope to see you in next video. Thank you very much.